Hello there, and welcome to yet another episode of Midnight Movie Mania. And have I got a midnight movie for you folks? Exorcist II The Heretic. I am your host, John, and with me is my co-host, Alex.
Hello. Thank you for making me watch this glorious movie.
Yes, yeah, the sequel to possibly the most scariest movie ever made. Well, it has been voted that numerous times, The Exorcist. This came out, what was it, 4 years later, and all but killed the Exorcist's. What's the one looking for? Uh, Aura? Is that what the kids call it today? The sort of
Aura?
the aura. That's what I'm looking for. Not aura. Oh God, aura. That's what I was looking for. My
Well,
brain had a brain
you're
fart
no
there. So.
spring chicken.
Yes.
There are no Gen Alphas here.
Oh no. I'm Gen X. Just
Mm.
or a Zennial, as the kids call it. Ugh. Anyway, um, this all but killed the Exorcist's the greatest thing since sliced bread thing. I mean, it didn't get its crown back until 1990's Exorcist III, which is a bizarre cop drama with the twist is it's actually connected to Exorcist. And
Oh.
I'm not going to give it away if you haven't saw it, but those that have
Hmm.
saw it know what I'm talking about. So, so yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Is
It's
it a good movie?
some say yes, I
Hmm.
say you know, mind you, saying that,
Hmm.
I kind of love this Exorcist too. Well, the first 50 minutes because it's so bad. It's genius. And I was watching this last night with my boyfriend, and this is the first time he saw it. And the looks he was giving me for the first 50 minutes, I could not move for laughing. I had literal tears rolling down my face. I could not move for laughing. I had stitches on both my sides. Could not move for laughing. The looks he's giving me, and he was going, "What the fuck do you make me watch, John?" And I couldn't move. With the flying
Hmm.
locust, a giant man-sized locust, I couldn't move. He was
Hmm.
going, "What the fuck?" The James Earl Jones in that ridiculous
Hmm.
locust suit. I I just could not move. The tears were streaming down my face. I was howling with laughter. And he was looking at me going, "What the fuck?" I just I could not
Yeah.
move.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm glad that I wasn't watching it with you because I've probably looked at you in the same way because this was a yeah. Let's just get into it, I guess.
If let's put it this way, if we were actually married, this would be point one of divorce. You know,
Yeah, probably I could see that.
and and they'll just go, yeah, there's thingies for divorce there. Yeah, done. It's an old finished kaput. Fuck off.
Yeah.
Right then, let's get into the nuts and bolts. I see he runs into a room and looks at me funnily. Anyway, right then, the cast we have Linda Blair, Richard Burton, Louise Fletcher, Kitty Wynn, and Max von Sydow. Right then, we'll do a quick plot off the top of my head. Here we go.
I
It's
do just want to say off the top, I was, I mean, I didn't look at the cast ahead of time. I knew obviously Linda Blair, Richard Burton were in it.
mhm.
I was very surprised to see Nurse Ratched in there
Yes.
doing her usual kind of self, I guess.
Yeah,
Well, obviously not evil, but
yeah. William
yeah.
goes, "Oh my god, that's her from Deep Space Nine, because she's the evil. Was it Par-Wraith priest? The hell she is in Deep Space Nine. I've never
No,
seen
this
Deep
is
Space.
not a Star Trek house.
I've only seen parts of Deep Space Nine, and but I know her as Nurse Ratchet. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, But anyway, right as it says, the plot. It is several years after the events of The Exorcist, and Regan McNeil is now 18. She is living with her nanny slash babysitter slash best friend in a swanky New York penthouse paid by her mother, because the mother's a actress, a big famous actress.
The wildest penthouse I've ever seen.
Yes, yes.
You're telling me you have no railing
Yes, I'll
on your
get back to that.
balcony?
Yeah, I'll get back to that. So,
Yeah.
so hold on to your pantyhose, because uh, where was I now? Did it? Yes, the penthouse. The mother is sending Regan to a psychiatrist slash doctor slash dreamologist. That's weird if just talk about that, because what the fuck is this place? It's also in a autism ward tucked away in some hospital. It has special needs kids from the 70s, or just, this being the 70s, but all thrown into the one place. You had Down syndrome, you had autistic people, you had deaf people, you had blind people, you had mute people. And I'm like, what the fuck? What? They're all just slammed in this place, and why is it a giant fishbowl? And but we'll discuss that. Anyway, where was I now? So she goes to the shrink. Meanwhile, Vatican wants another priest to investigate Father Merrin. I was going to call May I there. Father Merrin. Anyway, and they think he was a heretic. They think he was a devil worshipper, because he was obsessed, Father Merrin that is, he was obsessed with good versus evil, and he thought that we were on the cusp of good taking over permanently, or evil taking over permanently. So there's a whole bit where Richard Burton's priest goes into the mind of Regan and finds out that no, the priest, the demon is still inside of her, and she's like some sort of, I don't know how, she's a healer. And
Mhm.
well, it goes downhill from there. There's like locust stings, and there's James Earl Jones as a doctor, and oh my god, we have to discuss the ending. So yeah, I give up. Right then, before we talk about the movie, I jotted down a few notes, trivia notes that I found quite interesting. Number one, Richard Burton only did this movie to pay for the divorce of Liz Taylor. So, yay.
Didn't they
Um,
end up getting remarried?
yes, yeah, they did. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Hmm.
So that was a waste. Linda Blair
Yeah.
refused to wear the demon makeup again, so stunt double is in the demon outfit. So there we
Oh.
have that one. Richard Burton was drunk on this set every single day and reeked of whiskey and cigarettes, according to Linda Blair.
Oh, well, you'd have to be.
Hmm. And due to Linda Blair's partying, because apparently she was big into the party circuit of the 70s, she would show up to set late every single day, and apparently if she was only 10 minutes late, that was an achievement for her, because she would show up like hours late, half drunk,
Mm.
and probably still stoned from the night before. So,
Mm.
yay! Which
Oh.
explains why her acting is all over the shop, because she was probably either stoned, drunk, hungover, or sleep deprived. So,
Hmm.
yay. The script was rewritten on this set almost every single day, so that caused absolute fucking chaos. Allegedly,
Hmm.
the budget of this movie was $40 million, right? And allegedly, $3 million of this was wasted on rewrites and writers and such. So, yay.
Huh.
The original cut for this movie was well over 3 hours,
Oh, wow.
and it was sliced and diced. The director pulled out of the cinema twice. The first on the opening week, he pulled out of the cinema and cut it, then released it the following week, or the following how many days later. He then pulled it again, and the version that's on the DVD is a different version from what he had in the cinema in the 70s. So
Mm.
apparently there's a VHS cut, there's a DVD cut, there's a Blu-ray cut, there's a some other cut. So it's like, yay! But could you imagine 3 and a bit hours of this thing?
No, 1 hour and 58 minutes was too long.
Yes, 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 yes. And finally,
I'd say 20 minutes of that was tribal singing.
yeah, oh god, yeah, we talk about that, yeah. And the final piece of information I found interesting: the penthouse was a real house. So Linda Blair did her own stunt with only a grip holding the bottom of her 90 before she was going to fall off the edge of the skyscraper. So, yay.
She must have been high.
She must have been because she's terrified of
She was
heights.
on something.
Yeah, because she's scared of heights. So, yay. She's doing her own stunt with a grip holding the bottom of her 90. A cheap.
That's absolutely insane.
Yes, insane. I mean, when I read that, I was like, you've got to be fucking shitting me. You've got Linda Blair doing her own stunt with no safety harness and just some burly guy holding the bottom of her nightdress. And she's like,
The insurance must have been through the roof.
yeah, I don't think there was insurance in this movie, to be honest. I mean,
Wow.
so where do you want to start in this complete mess?
Well, we're already on the rooftop.
Mm-hmm.
Like, the- I struggle to understand why there is a balcony patio thing in this penthouse apartment
Mm-hmm.
with very little like fencing or barriers.
Yes.
Like, there's like a barrier and then there's gap, barrier, gap.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like, what what the fuck? You
Yeah,
couldn't
that's
afford the extra fences?
that's what William says to me. He says, why is there like gaps in the fencing or the barriers? I goes, I have no idea. Another thing that pissed them off was, why is there metal birdhouses outside in the roasting hot sun? I mean, what? They're going to cook?
Cuckoo.
I mean,
Yeah, absolutely. And it there was a particular moment when oh gosh, Dr. Tuskin, so Nurse Ratchet, comes over and she comes out onto the balcony, and that's when I kind of realized like just how reflective
mm-hmm.
and weird like the outside of the building is. I didn't even notice there were stairs going down.
Yeah.
I'm like, if I were there, I would have rolled down those stairs and straight over the edge.
Yes. Could you imagine being a neighbour on the other side of the street as the sun's beaming off the mirrored walls? I mean,
Crazy.
Jesus, could you imagine that? I mean, my God. But one thing,
Absolutely insane.
yeah, insane. Whoever designed that house should be taken out and shot, frankly. I mean, and the
Yeah.
inside, what the hell was the inside? There's mirrors all over the place.
Yep.
There's like paintings on the place, and there's like, what the hell?
hmm
And like the bedroom Regan is sleeping in is right on the balcony. She just goes up and walks out the door right into the balcony. I'm like, there's no door. There's
hmm
just an empty door frame. What?
Very strange. But then, I don't know. I don't live in New York, so, and I'm not a social elite.
Mm.
So, I don't know. I've always seen videos of people who live in these New York apartments and their floor to ceiling window, and then they
Mm.
have their like bed right up against the window, which
Yes. Mm.
is
Mm-mm.
wild to me
Mm-mm.
when you're
No,
that high
no.
off the ground. And even so, the wind
Mm-hmm.
that would be tunneling through the buildings.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
How are you on that patio and not thinking, I'm probably going to die today?
Yes.
I'm getting blown away.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I'm like, there's a little bit of railing, then there's a big, huge gap, then there's a little teeny bit of railing. I'm like,
hmm
wow, who designed this? I mean, wow. It's just like, wow. Oh, by the way, there's a bit in the movie where Regan or Linda Blair holds one of the white doves, and it's clearly
hmm
sick. She goes, there, did you want to fly? She throws it in the air, and it plummets right all the way down. I'm like, what the
Oh,
fuck?
I didn't notice the plummeting
Yeah.
part. I noticed she threw it in the
She throws
air.
it in the air and it plummets. I'm like, what the fuck? So she just threw this sickly white dove and threw it over her shoulder, or rather, she threw it into the air, and it plummets like 18 stories down to its death, I'm guessing. Wow.
Oh,
I mean, God
well,
almighty. So, can we talk about the creepy nanny slash babysitter slash best
mhm.
friend? What the hell was her name again? Sharon, played by
Sharon. Was she in the original?
Yes, she's in it.
Yeah.
Blink you missed it, she's in it. Um, Played by Kitty Wynn. Now, William says to me about half an hour in, he went, "Is this a Omen scenario?" And I went,
Mm.
Possibly. So on towards the end, and he asked me again, "Really? Is this an Omen scenario?" And I didn't say a thing to him. And he looked at me at the very end. He looked at me and went, "You bastard!" And basically went, "You could have told me it was an Omen scenario." So,
Mm.
but yeah, she was creepy as fuck. I mean, what was she on, by the way?
I don't know.
Mm,
Yeah, she gave me weird vibes.
Oh, by the way, another thing that William noticed, I noticed, nobody in this film is wearing a bra. I'm like, were people allergic to bras? Linda Blair
That
wasn't.
when she comes out of the shower and
Yes.
opens the door,
Mhm.
and it's just because when she came out of the shower and she's like holding her thing and she's on the phone or whatever, I'm like, her titty's gonna pop out.
Mhm.
And then when she goes to answer the door to the priest,
Mhm.
was it the priest?
Yes, Richard Burton. Yeah.
Yeah, you just see her like wet-breasted nipple
Yes. Yes.
situation happening.
Yes. And do you see the fear
What?
in Richard Burton's eyes as he's trying not to look down? He's looking her
Yeah,
right in the eye. He's going, "Don't look down. Don't look down." I mean, wild,
crazy.
absolutely fucking wild. I'm like, let's say Linda Blair doesn't wear a bra in this thing. The babysitter doesn't wear a bra. The bloody doctor doesn't wear a bra. I don't think. It's like, are they allergic to bras in this set? I mean, bloody hell. Oh my god.
Maybe bras are uncomfortable. I don't know.
I don't know myself. Yeah. Let me
Free
see.
the nipple.
Yeah. Yes. Well. So can we talk about Richard Burton in this? He was supposed to be um professor, Father Merrin's student, and he goes, "Oh yes, he was my student, and he taught us this thing." And the cardinal from the Vatican showed me a picture. Look, see here, look, we're all best friends and such. And I was going, "Wow!" As the cardinal says, you have to investigate the case several years after his death, but never mind that one, and figure out if he was a Satanist or not. I'm going, where did the Satanist bit come from? Because he was clearly a devout Catholic, so where the fuck did the Satanist come from?
I don't know. I mean, as for timing, we know that they're not exactly on top of the game when it comes to
Mm.
investigating things that happen within the church.
Yeah, that's very true. That is very, very true. Now, there's supposed to be a through line in this that Richard Burton's priest was tempted by Regan and tempted by
Hmm.
her young nobile flesh, and also tempted by other things such as alcohol and such,
Hmm.
and of course his pride and all this malarkey. And there was a cut scene, I'm guessing it was in the 3 hour cut, where he actually rapes demonic Regan.
Oh, I see.
Because the bit where he jumps on the bed and he's lying on top of her, well, apparently he rapes her then, and obviously that was cut out. Thank God for that, because what the fuck. Also,
Yeah.
when we were watching this last night, the boyfriend's like, "Oh my God, is that where Repossessed got it from?" Because that's exactly what happens with Repossessed. Liz Nielsen
Hmm.
jumps on top of her and does oh stuff, and then they jump back out of the body and stuff.
Hmm.
And that's he goes, "Oh my God, is that where it got it from?" So yeah, spoilers for Repossessed, I guess.
Hmm.
But yeah, I mean, but this guy gave me the creeps. I'm going, you're supposed to be a devout Catholic, yet you're, I don't know, you seem to be off.
Priests all give me the creeps
Hmm.
because there's an underlying child molester vibe with them.
Oh
So,
yes, yeah.
um, I don't think it's possible to play a priest and not be creepy. And also, the cardinal, let me just say, his introduction, where he comes in and he's in his, I don't know, his drag getup. Um, and then he has his twinks come along and remove his robe and like remove
Mhm.
his stuff. And I'm like, that's so funny because it reminded me of when Darth Vader is like in the thing getting like his head removed and
Mm-hmm.
or his helmet removed. I'm like, oh, James Earl Jones is in this.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And it was just really weird. And then they like rolled off this mannequin wearing the Pope outfit, and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I just thought it was very strange.
Although what I found strange was what the fuck was that mural in the Cardinal's office? The big gigantic mural with like
Mm,
all the saints and that stuff, all the martyrs. I'm like, what the fuck? I mean, and
mm,
I love the fact how the hidden doorknob was on your horse's ass. They turn it to open the door.
hmm
I'm like, oh my god. So yeah, I mean, I'm going. This is just bizarre. Why would the Vatican give two fucks about some random old priest who's almost retired slash dead? Anyway, I mean, they talk about how he was in Africa in the
hmm
when was it, the 40s, and he found this tribe in Africa and this that next thing, something about locusts and faith
hmm
healers and what the fuck was going on. What, although we have to talk about the beginning. Richard Burton is in Brazil and he's climbing the steps up to some church in the very top of this
Yes.
shanty town. He walks in on an exorcism, which goes immediately wrong because the possessed girl burns herself alive in the most
hmm
hilarious way possible. I'm sorry, but I had to pause the movie and I was I just couldn't move because you can clearly tell it's a freeze frame picture as it's burning
mm
up, and I could not move for laughing at it. I'm going, this is supposed to be scary. This is supposed to be realistic. This is supposed to
mm
be a martyr going up in flames, and you have a fucking freezed picture which is
hmm
then burning on. Oh my god. And this gives Richard Burton's priest the fear of fire. So, Kieran, I mean, so thoughts on that?
It was very strange. Um, oh, it's- yeah, I thought the effects done there were really odd because you could see the weird kind of transparency.
hmm
Um, and then yeah, when it eventually cuts to she's just completely engulfed in flames.
hmm Yeah, and nobody
Uh,
tries to put her out. They just let her burn. I'm like, really? You can't like put a sheet around
hmm
her or a blanket or whatever it is and get some holy water, dunk her in fucking holy. You
hmm
just let her burn, why don't you? So, yay. I mean, God Almighty. So, like I say, is after this disastrous exorcism, he's pulled back to Rome to be told to investigate Father Merrin, played by the late great Max von Sydow, in some truly shocking old age makeup. What the fuck is that? It looks like it's barely stuck on like latex. I'm like, what the fuck? In the original movie, I always thought in the original movie that he was actually that age. He was like late 60s, early 70s, and he was actually like
mm
39, I think he was. Whereas this
Oh,
movie, it looks like shit. It looks like it's just slapped on and that's it sorted. I'm like,
interesting.
wow. So, and so like I say, so he goes and investigates, and he finds Regan is in some sort of child clinic with weird experiments going on, and I'm like, what the fuck? And the whole office is a big hexagon with like fishbowl like offices, and how does that one work?
That was that was really strange to me because at first I thought maybe she was in like a psychiatric weird facility, um, like as a permanent patient,
hmm
but obviously that was not the case. Um, and it had like the doctor could like dim her windows and like tint the windows with
Yeah.
like the push of a button so no one could see and they could have privacy or whatever, which I thought was kind of cool.
Hmm.
But yeah, it was very strange. It almost gave me vibes of like this is some kind of secret government
Hmm.
conspiracy cover-up situation where they're collecting special children or
Hmm.
something. I don't know.
See, to
Yeah.
me, it gave a more sinister vibe, thinking that these
Mhm.
are unwanted children because they're not perfect. They're Down syndrome. They've got autism. They can't
Mhm.
talk. They can't hear. they can't see, so let's just experiment on them because they're the waste of society. And that was disgusting to me. I was like, how the fuck could this multi-million dollar, I'm guessing, child's hospital, because all the technology they've got, I'm like, what the fuck? They've got dimming windows that we should never had in the 70s. So, they've got
Hmm.
the weird. Oh, we have to talk about this. The hypno fucking flashing light thing. What the fuck was that?
See, when she originally pulled that out, I was like, "Oh, it's for EMDR, which is a similar to what's being used in the movie, in the sense that it's used to help guide people through past trauma or situations
Hmm,
without impacting their current emotional state. Um, that's my understanding of it, anyway.
interesting.
Um, which is what I assumed it was, which I guess in a way that was its intent, but it leaned into a much more pseudoscience,
Mm-hmm.
paranormal, mystical, like they were able to sync minds
Uh huh.
and and like he was in her memories and like okay, telepathy, that's what we're gonna go with.
Mm, yeah.
That was the stretch for me.
Yeah. ESP, and I was going, which was big in the 70s. So,
Right.
hmm. Hmm. So, I mean, this was stunned me. This is actually based on real science, not just a piece of junk that was
Hmm.
coughed up. So, interesting. That's interesting. So, but like I says, they have the whole with this headband, and somehow this thing
Hmm.
hypnotizes you, and once you're hypnotized, you can hypnotize somebody else and pull them into your own state of being and your own memories. I'm like, how does that
So
work?
weird. And then the fact that despite this being something that's possible where you can literally walk around in someone else's memories, essentially, uh, the doctor is very much like against the concept of a demon being a real thing.
Yeah, yeah,
Like that's the line she won't cross.
yeah,
But sure, psychic ability.
yeah.
Why not?
Psychic powers, yeah, and of course Regan is a faith healer because she talks to a little
Right.
girl who is mute, and all of a sudden the little girl's talking away, and I'm like, okay then. So that's why the demon slash Pazuzu. Oh, by the way, oh, William thought of a drinking game. William being my boyfriend. Every time they mentioned the word Pazuzu or was it Kakomo, take a drink.
Coco. Every time they said his name,
Hmm.
all I could think about was that is it the Beach Boys? Kokomo?
Oh, I have no idea. No idea. I mean,
I died.
like I says, take a shot and this will go a lot better because it's like, what is it? Pazuzu, Kokomo, Kokomo. Especially the weird African cop who's in the middle of this desert village, and he's going Kokomo, no Kokomo. No idea.
Yeah.
And I'm going, is he reading from lines written on page on the ground? Because he looks down and he looks up and he goes Kokomo. I mean,
Hmm.
oh my god! But this is, oh, hold on, we're getting ahead of ourselves here. We've still got the whole weird tap dance stuff, which was out of left field. I'm like, why is she doing
Hmm.
tap dance? And why is she
I mean, I
hitting?
guess she's following in her mother's footsteps and wants to be an entertainer,
True,
is my assumption.
true.
Also, yes, Kokomo is from a Beach Boys song. It was an imaginary Caribbean island.
Interesting, interesting.
And
Okay,
that's all I could think of.
okay then. Okay then, right then. But like I says, she does tap dancing and she hits on the saxophonist, which goes nowhere.
Goes absolutely nowhere. I was expecting him to play a bigger role and
Yes, yeah,
like caring for her and like getting worried about her and no, nothing happened, of course.
yeah, yeah. So they take her to one of the sessions, and she has a session, and the priest goes, "Oh, yeah." The session is Louise Fletcher and under Blair are hypnotised under each other, and they go back to the night of the end of Exorcist 1, where Father Merrin is dying, and the devil slash Pazuzu is going, yes, Merrin died, and all that crap. And there's a whole bit where Regan comes to because evil Regan has given the doctor a heart attack somehow. And it's all in her, what? It's all in her mind, and what the fuck's going on? So the priest takes over, and he's trying to figure out what's going on, and evil Regan is grabbing the heart, and good Regan's pushing the hand away, and there's a heart attack thing going on. And I was going, how about CPR? I said, I was standing there and feeling her breasts. I'm going, you're copying a feel, love, do CPR. I mean, I was like, what the fuck? William looked at me and went, what the fuck am I watching? As the two sides of Regan are fighting over the heart, and she's going, oh.
Yeah, it was weird that it felt like nobody stepped in and was like, maybe we should do something about this. No, you know what? I'm just going to put this belt on my head.
Yes.
And look at the flickering light, and that's how I'm going to save her.
Yeah, yeah. Although, can we talk about the faces? When the Blair pulls, as she gets hypnotised, she goes cross-eyed, and she goes, and she's like almost ecstatic.
Yes. And I watched, and they all did something very similar. Richard Burton was incapable of making his eyes roll back. I'm guessing that's alcohol related.
Oh, yes.
But it very much reminded me of Airplane, where the girl in the hospital bed at the front of the plane, her thing comes out, and she's like,
yes.
Her eyes are rolling back in her head, and she's, yeah.
Yeah, speaking of airplane, the bit where they take the plane from New York to Washington, and William goes, oh my god, it's the airplane. And I just couldn't move for laughing at that. It was just, oh my god. So I said, so evil Regan is trying to give the doctor a heart attack for reasons, and good Regan's trying to fight off the demon's hands, even though it's in her mind, but she's now standing beside the doctor. So therefore, it shouldn't still be linked, but who am I to argue with great writing? I mean...
Who indeed?
And then, of course, when they bring the doctor out of it, she goes, oh, it's fine. No mention of her heart palpitations, nothing. She goes, no, it's fine. Really, love? I mean, you've been hypnotised and you've had a mysterious heart attack out of fucking nowhere. But no, it's fine. Never mentioned again, in fact. I mean...
Wild.
Yes, wild. And then, of course, the next day... Regan goes back up for another session, but she's kind of bored, so she wanders around the place and talks to some of the kids, and she starts drawing a picture. And the picture is of an old man's face surrounded in flames, and this sets off Richard Burton. Oh my god, there's a fire in the building! Out of nowhere, he pulls out his arse. And they find a fire in the basement next to the boiler. And instead of grabbing a fire extinguisher, he grabs a wooden crutch and beats the fire with the wooden crutch.
Yeah. The fire extinguisher was right next to them.
Yes. And I'm going, grab the fucking fire extinguisher. Or even better, take your coat off, put your coat, or jacket rather, on top of the box instead of beating it with a fucking wooden...
Even the doctor. She went and called 911, which took 20 years. And by the time she came back, with the fire extinguisher that was right next to them, the fire was spread significantly more. It's like, if you'd have just started with the fire extinguisher when it was contained to a cardboard box... Yeah,
instead of beating the fuck out of it.
This wouldn't have been a problem. You wouldn't have to evacuate the entire building.
Oh, God. By the way, did you catch the kids in the background playing on a trampoline? They're going, whee! They were jumping on it, and I'm going, what the fuck? Other kids are on the fire engines, on the crane bits, and they're all running around the place going, yay! I'm wearing the fire helmets. And I was thinking, I says to William, are these real special needs kids? Because these are, I mean, the background actors will now know how to do this. Are these real special needs kids from the era? And they're just playing around and having fun and being wild and free and the
I
such.
mean, it's very possible considering this was the 70s and
Hmm.
it was probably an actual children's hospital of some kind
Yeah,
or
possibly. Yeah,
facility,
yeah.
at least for the exterior.
Yes, yes. I mean,
So I could totally see that being the case.
yeah. I mean, like I says, the kids on the trampoline had me. I lost it at that bit. I couldn't move. Could not move. It just started crying with tears as they're jumping up and down. I'm going, what the fuck is going on? And they're doing real serious straight to each other's face, going, oh yes, that was just a picture she drew. No, 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 no. And the kids are going, yee, down, bouncing off. And they're running a riot. And I'm going, what the fuck is going on here? Utter chaos. I mean, so. And it takes
Mhm.
all day to get this fire sorted because it happened in the early afternoon and it's now pitch black at night. So it takes all
Mhm.
day to deal with a small little fire. Get in.
Yep.
So Richard Burton thinks Regan is evil or touched by evil. This then leads him to locusts for some reason.
Mhm.
Uh, the fuck? Where did he get the link from? I mean,
Um, didn't he remember Father Merrin telling him about his time in Africa?
because I know there's a flashback to young Merrin in Africa, and he's got
Hmm.
the little boy, what was his name, Kokomo, and he's doing
Yeah.
the whole thing with his little slingshot thing, and he's trying to get rid of the locust because he's
Uh-huh.
a locust whisperer or something like that, and the faster you swing it, the more it'll agitate the locust and get them to fly away, sort of thing.
You know what that reminded me of? Do you remember in the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie where they go to that middle of nowhere planet and the big breasted lady in the
Oh yeah,
bikini
yeah,
comes
the
out
Xena chick,
and
yeah.
swings the sticks
Mhm,
that make the loud pitch sound?
mhm.
That's what he reminded me of. And they were wearing the same outfit. So,
Kinda, yeah, yeah, yeah.
mhm,
And so Kokomo chases away the locusts, but then the next year, the locusts don't go away that easy, and they come back, and somehow he's possessed by Pazuzu, and he's got like scars on his face that come out of nowhere. And the little boy goes, "I am Pazuzu," and okay then.
yeah, a little bit odd. But I guess the locusts are kind of the, I don't know, embodiment or something of Pazuzu. Didn't they say he was like the
The evil god
god
of wind, yeah.
of the air, wind, whatever? Yeah.
Mm. What was it? Evil
Um,
god of the east wind.
yeah.
Kieran, so they pulled it out of his arse. I mean, uh,
Yeah. And I guess that was like locusts, wasn't that one of the plagues
yes,
of
yes,
Egypt?
yes, yes. As I said to William last night, that's why they picked locust because it was one of the plagues. And he's like,
Yeah.
I don't care, it's your Rogers stuff, keep it away from me, sort of thing. I was like, well, fuck you or not. Then,
Mm.
so, oh, that's what I was going to ask. I forgot to ask it. I'll ask it now. Do you believe in the devil? And do you believe in evil?
The devil, no. The devil is a construct of organized religion, which is something I don't ascribe to. Um, Evil as a concept, absolutely. There are evil people
Mm-hmm.
in the world for sure, and you only have to turn on the news to see
Mm-hmm.
to see that. Um, so yeah, I believe in that for
Mm.
sure.
Okay. Okay. Well, to me personally, I don't believe in the devil because the devil is as you says, is a concept to keep naughty little boys and girls, keep them in the dish or devil, get your ass sort of thing. But evil, yes, there is such a thing as evil. Evil is in everything as well as good. It's the whole balance of the yin yang balance of the universe sort of thing. So yes, I believe in evil and good because you can't have one without the other. You know, you can't have light without the dark, and vice versa. So yes, yes. And if people have listened to my Mines and Spikes Omen 4, I used to be a Catholic, but I gave it up because I don't believe the stuff that's in that thing, and I don't have blind faith. However, I do believe in the power of good, and I believe in where there's one has been another has been a nice balance. You can have your cake and eat it, so to speak. You know, so
It's kind of like it's almost scientific in a way, in the sense that every action has an equal and opposite
yes,
reaction.
yeah,
So
yeah,
you kind of have to have that balance, even in a scientific state,
yes,
right?
exactly, exactly. Yes, yes, yes. Anyway, what was I now? Oh yes. So the little boy's possessed, and Father Merrin is taken up to the most wildly inappropriate church on a rickety mountaintop cliff. What the fuck with mountaineering and oh my god, what
I
the
don't even know. I don't even know. And the fact that when Richard Burton's character comes back later in
hmm
life,
hmm
they haven't put in stairs
yes, I said that. Can you
or
not put
ladder,
yes? Can you not put a hand cranked elevator? That would have killed him.
something.
You know, I mean, oh my
Later in
god.
the movie, when he's going down to find there was a body,
hmm
um, and they had the pulley with the little old man on the chair going down. I lost it.
Yes, yeah. The I think he's supposed to be like the grand. I don't know
Yeah,
what you call it, a
the
priest. No,
old
no, no,
man
no,
just
no, a
appears and
pope
he's
or
like
whatever.
going down in this little chair.
Mm.
And then there were goats there, and Keaton's like, how'd the goats get up?
Well, goats can climb. You know, I mean,
I mean, I guess, but
my
I, that was just so, it was very, very strange.
what I loved is when Richard Burton's priest was going back there, like 30 odd years later, and they've
Mhm,
turned the church into some sort of, I don't know, voodoo practices stuff. With they're all
mhm.
going, yay, and chanting up and all that crap. Then they get a actual bread version of Christ, and they literally rip it apart to give you the body of Christ and the blood of Christ.
When they pulled out the Pillsbury Doughboy, I died. I'm like, what did they do to our little guy?
Yeah,
Poppin' fresh.
yeah, they roasted the shit out of him basically. Yeah, yeah. I mean, oh my god. So
And then when he takes what is it, sacramental wine or
yes,
whatever,
yeah, the blood of Christ. Yeah.
Jesus Christ, save some for someone
That's
else,
what I said. I
Richard.
said you can mix the whole lot of it. You're just supposed to take a sip. You're not supposed to. And that was a large chalice. My
It was
God.
probably real wine.
Oh yes, it was. Yeah, I can guarantee that was real bloody wine. So, like, as you said, so he goes back 30 odd years later, and when Max von Sydow's priest was there, another one of the Sharpers slash what the hell holy men fell off to his death and has the most hilarious death ever as he spins
Oh,
and drops.
absolutely crazy.
hmm Yes, I had to
The
pause.
slow motion attached to the harness at the hips where he's doing the acrobatics that you
hmm
typically see.
Actually, I think that was a doll that just threw off the top of that cliff as it spun and dropped. I just think that was a
Oh,
doll.
yes.
But yeah, like I says, I had to pause the movie and stop because I was laughing for a solid 3 minutes. I couldn't move for laughing. It was just ridiculous. My mom's looking at me saying, "Why are you laughing?" I said, "This is hilarious. This is hilariously stupid. How do you not find
We had to
this?"
watch it again
Mm, yeah,
just to make sure that we had seen it.
yeah, yeah. And so he gets wedged, somehow wedged in a rock, a spot between the rock, and
Mhm.
he's there for 30 odd years and they don't find the body. Really? Even though they searched everywhere. Did they really? Because there's like chalk drawings of
Yeah.
Christ and right next to it, and they didn't notice a fucking dead body. Been there for
Yeah.
30 odd years. Mm,
And then Richard Burton's like, actually, it's just like 1 foot to the left.
yeah, because I saw it when I was on the wings of a demon, as you do. He then gets immediately gets stoned, and not in a good way. He gets literally stoned as the villagers pick up rocks and lob it at his head, which I forgot to mention, he's somehow connected to Regan psychically. So when he gets hit in the head, she gets hit in the head. When he gets hit in the back, she gets hit in the back. And then it gives
In the
her,
middle of tap dancing
yes,
performance.
in the middle of the all star performance, and she then has some sort of fit, and she dives off stage, and instead of taking her to the hospital, they just inject her with some sort of drug and leave her lying on a
Mhm.
bench. I'm like, really, love? You're not going to take her to hospital to get I don't know, a brain
Mhm.
scan or some sort of thing? They just drug her up and leave her lying there.
Yeah.
And of course, this leads to Richard Burton wandering around this African clay village, as he says, and this is stereotyped up the wazoo. As, oh, we've got to mention the wild African chants slash singing that happens for a good
I
40 minutes.
yeah, I it's it feels, especially because it's literally at the start of the movie before you've seen anything.
hmm
It doesn't feel, I don't know, the vibe is wrong.
hmm
And I think that's why it's kind of hilarious to me. Like it didn't make any sense. I mean, it makes sense later in the movie, but there's even more of it, obviously. Um, yeah, it's, I don't know. There's a lot of it. They got to fill an hour and 58 minutes, I
Mm.
guess.
By the way, did you get that Pazuzu was actually a man-sized locust?
No.
Because that's what they're implying. It's a gigantic man-sized locust as it's flying around because it spooks the wildebeest, it spooks the elephants, it spooks various other African beasts, and it goes into a village, but somehow it's shrunk down. And what's his name? Darth Vader guy roars at it, and it cuts to a
Hmm.
leopard. What the fuck was that?
Hmm. Yeah, that was very strange. I was like, did James Earl Jones just turn into a leopard?
Yes, yeah, yeah. I was going to. Oh, by the way, this is the same year as Star Wars, by the way. So
Oh,
wild.
pre or post Star Wars?
77, the same time. So I'm guessing, because obviously James Earl Jones is just a voiceover, so that could be done anytime. But this was shot in 76, 77, so, but released at the exact same time. I mean, one of the greatest sci-fi movies ever made. It sparked off a sci-fi genre, and of course a super, um, what was I looking for? Mega franchise. You know, the Star Wars.
Hmm.
Boom, and you've got
Don't
Exorcist.
let my husband hear you say that it's sci-fi.
What is it then? I mean,
He says it's not sci-fi. I guess there's this huge debate about Star Wars not being sci-fi.
what is it? Space religion then? I mean,
Well, he says it's a space opera
oh, for fuck's
or
sake.
a fantasy. He said it's
Mm.
not sci-fi because it's not rooted in science.
Yeah, somebody watched the behind the scenes on the Blu-ray and the 4K because that's exactly what Lucas said. It's a space opera. It's not science fiction. Right. Anywho, moving on. So
I'm
if we,
like, it's in space. They're on spaceships. It's
Mhm.
sci-fi.
Yes, it's sci-fi. Yes, yes. With a Rogers Bend as the Force, you know, the good evil
Yeah.
thing, as it brings back to the Exorcist because it's yin and yang. You know the
I'm like, you know what? You know what, husband? I'm on a movie podcast, so I know more than you. This is my area of expertise.
yes, exactly. Yeah, that's how I had most of my arguments with William. I've been doing this for 10 years, so you know.
Yeah.
Anyway, like I said, so get back to the movie. He then meets Slender Blair in some sort of zoo, and lo and behold, on the wall happens to be that exact church. Right it in.
Mhm.
So he goes to Africa and finds a priest, as I says, and he gets stoned by the villagers. He then wanders around the place and he's going kokomo, kokomo, and the villagers take him to a prostitute, and he runs off, and that was like a completely pointless 20-minute scene.
Mhm.
So
And that's when he meets the flying nun.
that's later when he meets the flying nun.
Mhm.
Yes, yes. Kieran, meanwhile, Linda Blair is having withdrawals as the Richard Burton's priest is in Africa. She's having withdrawals and weird dreams of flying to Africa and dreams of locusts
Mhm.
and what the fuck she's having dreams of. Right then. So, oh my god. Right then. So, let me see. Where was I now? So we're back in Africa. Richard Burton finds the flying nuns, and there's a plane comes down, and off the plane walks. What the hell's his name again? The actor I was going to call him Otis from Superman.
Okay.
Oh my god, I've got his name. I shouldn't took a note of his name. But anyway, he takes them to the Golden Village,
Is it
and
Ned Beatty?
yes, Ned Beatty. Yeah, that's what. Yeah, yeah. And a cameo, which is like, what the fuck? Why is he in this movie? I mean, for like 2 minutes of the movie, he talks about how they're spraying chemicals to get rid of the locust, but the locusts don't need to be because uh, the chemicals don't work. As his plane gets hit with the gunk, I'm like, what the fuck? So
Yeah, they're just flying through a big cloud of DDT. Like, that's not going to do anything bad to them long term.
yeah, exactly, that's fine. The land, and this is where the movie goes off the fucking rails. If it is already off the rails,
This,
yeah, this is when it goes off the rails, and that's exactly what William says to me last night. This is when it goes off the rails, not the fucking the locust, not no, no, no. This is when it goes off the rails as he finally finds James Earl Jones's Kokomo, who's now James Earl Jones's age. I'm guessing what 50, hmm?
mm, yeah.
And he's on a throne wearing a glittery man-sized locust outfit with bug eyes that are all glittered and
Hmm.
rhinestoned. And in order to test his faith, Richard Burton's priest has to walk across a sort of river of spikes.
Hmm.
And if he fails, then he isn't worthy of it. And then, out of nowhere, he spits out a tomato from his mouth.
that, that, I, that was my reaction. What the fuck? Where? Why did you do this?
Yeah, I'm going. Kieran, Richard Burton tries to cross and he immediately fails because he has pride in his heart and a lust in his heart for Regan and the such. He then falls on the spikes and wakes up in a. What the fuck was that office? Some sort of locust office with Dr. Kokomo.
See, my interpretation of this was that he passed because he was willing to st step on the nails and they went right through his foot. And then in doing that, when he fell, that's when this kind of, I guess it was, I don't know, an illusion of some kind or whatever. And Kokomo was actually this doctor researching locusts.
Kieran.
And by going through that, he had earned the reward of seeing what was actually happening.
Kieran. Okay, then I'll take that as a. Otherwise, he was drunk out of his fucking head, had a concussion by getting brained by multiple stones to the head, and ended up wandering the streets of Africa and ended up in this hospital type veterinarian study lab, the fuck
Mm.
it was, with multiple locusts. And Kokomo explains when locusts are dry, they're easily like hyped up and buzzed up. Then they become cannibals, can eat themselves, and da 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 da. However,
This
if
was the most uncomfortable scene in the entire movie.
mm,
Like, I don't think it's possible for anybody to sit through that and not be disgusted or freaked out. Like, I don't like bugs. I don't
mm,
know. I think even someone who likes bugs like a lot would sit there and be like, this is a lot.
mm,
Like the noise, the clicking, the chirping, the fucking, and then they're like crawling at each other, they're eating each other, they're
mm.
fucking, like all this shit is going on, and I had to kind of keep turning away because I'm like, it's a lot.
Yeah, did they have to have the full 40 seconds of a close up of the locust eating another locust? That
Yeah,
was
it was a
uncalled for.
lot.
I was like, no, no, that was uncalled for. So, like I said, he picks up some female locust and goes, this is a female brushed by good, and she'll control the rest of these because she's a good locust.
Mm.
Writes it in, and somehow her babies will make a generation, and so on and so forth, until there's no evil locust left.
Hmm.
Right, how the fuck where did that one come from? That just came out of fucking nowhere.
No, I'm not an entomologist.
Yes, well, moving on. So, with that, Richard Burton flies back to America, as you do. He- He's then met by Linda Blair, who stole the flashy light thing, and she takes him, or rather, he takes her to a skeezy New York hotel. Hush, hush,
Mm.
wink, wink, and say no more sort of hotel, you know. She puts him under, and he's now in a hypnotic state for the rest of this movie. Get in. Meanwhile, Doctor, what the hell her name is, Nurse fucking Cratchit, has found out that
Ratchet.
oh Ratchet,
Cratchit was Bob Cratchit was from Christmas Carol.
anyway, the point being, she finds out that Regan has walked off because somehow she's on a drip. I'm like, why is she on a drip? She's been in some sort of fit she had, but they put her on a drip. Which, by the way, she pulls out her arm, squishes all over the place. I'm like, why is it coming out with so much force? It's a drip.
Mm.
She then like runs for it and somehow knows that Richard Burton was at the. Uh, oh my god, this. I don't know what to say here. They find each other again in that sort of petting zoo area, no petting zoo, the zoo area, and then, as
Hmm.
it says, they go to his skeezy ass hotel room. She puts him under, and he's then suggestible. They go by train from New York to Washington. Kieran, the
Hmm.
doctor, Louise Fletcher's doctor character, has to drive, but she's in a car crash. And this is where the nanny starts acting fucking bizarre. She's going, leave the car crash, leave the car crash. She starts acting up. And I'm going, she's evil.
Hmm.
So, and then she treats the guys in the car crash. Somehow they're on an airplane next. I'm like, what the fuck is airplanes? Like the set from airplane. I'm going,
Hmm.
sure you can't be serious. So they then land, they get a taxi from the airport, and the taxi driver's like, oh my god, no, no, I don't want to go to 8, whatever street it was, because that's the evil house, and
Hmm.
right now. So they end up getting the cab, and somehow the cab spins off the road, and it goes hurls
Hmm.
around and around and around, and crashes into the barbed wire fence, which is fenced around the Exorcist house thing.
Hmm.
And I'm going, the fuck is happening? As the cartridge crumples like a fucking piece of paper.
Hmm.
I'm going, okay, the cab driver's dead. The people in the back are dead because there's no seatbelts. They're dead, but somehow the nanny is perfectly fine. But the doctor's got like barbed wire wrapped around her, and she's got a big like metal pole on her
Hmm.
shoulder. And I'm going, what the fuck is happening here?
Hmm.
They get out, and somehow when they get out, this is where the nanny realizes she's a Satanist, and she martyrs herself on the gasoline and the light from the cab, and she goes
Mm-hmm.
boom, and the doctor's just standing there going, "Oh my god!" She then somehow gets a blanket from somewhere and wraps her up
Mm-hmm.
like Mary, the Virgin Mary, and she dies in her hands and her arms. And I'm going, "Oh dear God!" And meanwhile, oh, if I've got that, Regan is now inside the house with Richard Burton's priest.
Mm-hmm.
He then sees, oh my God, evil Regan is on the bed. There's locusts flying in her place. That didn't happen. So good Regan walks into the bedroom, and evil Regan and her have a hissy fit fight. And then the priest comes back in, and he's still suggestible. So the evil Regan says, "Kill her." So he throws her around the place and hits her head off the sort of wardrobe thing. And then
Mm-hmm.
he tries to molest evil Regan.
Mm-hmm.
Right then. Meanwhile, outside, the car crash has happened. Good Regan somehow realises, wait, there's locusts. And then all of a sudden, the windows explode in, and a billion locusts fly in. And she's
Mm-hmm.
going, whoo, whoo, around her head, like the little Kokomo boy.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Richard Burton is punching evil Regan in the chest to rip out her heart. He rips it out, shows her it, and throws it away, and then the whole fucking house collapses on itself. And I was like, what the fuck is happening here? As Linda Blair is covered in thousands of real life locusts, she was coated in these fucking things. And she's standing there
Oh.
going, woo, woo, around her top of her head, trying to whirling an invisible, what the fuck it was, slingshot or stick, what the fuck it was.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow that makes the locusts dry up. Well, dry up, and disappear. And then the house
Mm-hmm.
just collapses, and her and the priest walk out of the house. They cross the road, and they find out that the doctor has the nanny who dies in her hand. And Richard Burton gives her the last rites, even though it's not the last rites. He then walks off into the sunset with Regan, and the doctor just standing there as neighbours and fire engines and cops show up. And I'm going, wouldn't that have happened as soon as the car crash? Not like
Mm-hmm.
25, 30 minutes later. And then there's a flash in the face of the doctor, and I goes, did this actually happen? Was this all a dream? Did any
Mm-hmm.
of this happen? Did Regan suggest this to the doctor while she was in one of her hypnosis states? And it ends in that. And I was like, the fuck did I just agree to watch? And Boy looked at me and went, no, you're not picking a movie for the next couple of weeks. So, to watch, that is, I mean, So, yeah, yeah. So, thoughts, feelings, I mean,
Well, the ending of the movie, I remember very little of bits and pieces because I think I kept nodding off. So, I remember most of what you just said. Um, I think it's just such a different style of movie. It's a different pace. Um, it was never going to surpass the original. That's
mm-mm,
not possible with the amount of um, hype and stuff that was swirling around the original when it was released. Um, yeah, they're just two very different movies, and I think you can't. It's hard to compare the two.
mm-hmm.
I mean, in you kind of like you do because it is the sequel, but you almost can't because they're just I don't know, they're just so they don't feel like they're in the same universe.
No, no, they don't. No. I mean, to me, this is a cocaine, alcohol fueled nightmare that should never have been released, frankly, because this is a complete fucking disaster of a movie. I say
Hmm.
the first 50 minutes or so are laugh out loud, hilariously bad. The other 40 minutes, it drags, and then the ending is like, what the fuck? As locusts are pouring into the house, destroying the house, I'm going, can locusts do that? I mean, um, and Linda Blair's covered and coated in locusts, so she's spinning her hands over her head, and I'm going,
Hmm.
what the fuck is happening here? I mean, oh my god. And then it's implied heavily that the nanny was evil all along because
Hmm.
she's the one that gives Linda Blair the Ouija board in the first movie. So it was
Yes.
it was planned all along. So when did she become a Satanist? I mean,
Interesting.
mm,
She was an agent of Pazuzu.
yes, she was an agent of Satan or Pazuzu or whatever
Mm.
you call it. So yeah, this movie is like I said, alcohol, cocaine fueled nightmare that has to be watched at least once. But like I says, drinking game. Every time you hear the word Pazuzu, Kokomo, then take a shot, and this will go down smoother because this is a fucking cross your eyes and what the hell movie. It's
Hmm.
so let's get down to the recommends. Would you watch this again? Or would you recommend?
No. No. All the no's. This is garbage.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, would I watch this again? Possibly. I guess I say to you off mic. This is my seventh, maybe 10th time watching this thing, and it just gets progressively funnier the more you watch it. As I says, the first 50 minutes is hilarious, then it sort of dries up, and then the ending is like, the fuck? So,
Hmm.
would I recommend this? Yes, but only if you're a connoisseur of bad movies,
Hmm.
such as me. um, so, yes, yeah. So, next month, we'll go into next month then. We're doing, since it's Mother's Day in May, well, in America and Canada, um, we're doing mother themed movie, and my pick is Mummy Dearest, and Alex's pick is
My stepmother is an alien.
Kieran, a classic, shall we say, mid 80s sci fi movie, fantasy movie.
Is it sci-fi or is it a space opera?
Oh dear God, yeah, they want to talk about that one. And then in June, we're doing uh, Pride movies. So I've decided to
Hmm.
pick Killer Tongue, which is a 1996 off the rails, off the wall, bizarre movie about a woman who gets possessed by an alien killer tongue.
Oh, okay.
And what have you picked?
I don't think I have yet.
Okay then, okay then, okay then. Right then. And in July, since we have requested, somebody requested Jaws 4, I thought we would do shark movies. Now, I'm in two minds whether or not to do sand sharks, six headed shark attack, or house shark.
Well, all of those sound like absolutely top tier movies. I will say there is a movie called Shark Exorcist
Oh,
that I
yes.
came across yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It's, I I've not watched it, but
No,
I just thought that was kind of stupid.
get in. And I haven't picked a theme for August yet, or September, so get your
I know we
suggestions.
do have a few suggestions already in there, so we
Yes.
could probably pick from those.
So if you want a movie covered, then Instagram, the podcast Instagram, or either of us. And our Instagram is Midnight Movie Mania Pod. And I'm at Here's Johnny 79, and Alex is at.
Mr. Alexander watches.
Right then, like I says, the next movie is going to be a piece of utter camp, as Faye Dunaway does her best Joan Crawford. So yes, this will be fun. And I haven't seen My Stepmother's an Alien in a good, oh god, 10, 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be interesting
I
to.
love that movie.
So yeah, this will be interesting. So like I says, if you want a movie covered, then send a direct message to us on Instagram or go to the pinned post on Instagram and put it in the suggestion, and it'll get covered. Right then, all I can say is a bye, and I have no idea how to wrap this thing up. So bye.
Pokemon.
Oh dear.